And anchor Tal Heinrich is at the United Nations for us now. Tal, can you break down what happened at the Security Council today?
What happened at the Security Council today, Shayna, is a whole showdown once again, the second day in a row between the United States and Russia, we can say. First, Russia vetoed the draft resolution that was put forward by the United States and Nikki Haley, calling to set a new inquiry into who is to blame for the chemical weapons attack in Syria in Duma over the weekend. This draft resolution did not mention the Assad regime explicitly. It did condemn the attack, though. And then Russia, as expected, we should say, vetoed this resolution. It was not the only one. I mean, the only veto, but not the only one voting against, because also Bolivia joined Russia and voted against this draft resolution. China, by the way, abstained. So once again, we see that the United Nations Security Council is not at all united. After yesterday that we heard all these calls for unity, well, Russia is definitely breaking with this unity. The US, UK, and France, as you mentioned before, are very much united, standing once again together, presenting a similar front against Russia and against Syria. And then after that vote, the US and other 7 member states of the Security Council, they also vetoed and blocked a Russian resolution calling for a different kind of inquiry and different investigation into what exactly happened in Syria. Nikki Haley said that the Russians basically wanted to approve who the inspectors are going to be. And you're also probably asking what's the difference, the bigger difference between the 2 resolutions that were put forward by the US and Russia. So let me tell you that the Russian resolution wanted to take the conclusions from the investigation back to the Security Council, and then the Security Council would decide where to set the blame exactly.
Tal, what is the atmosphere at the United Nations, given the fact that the UN Security Council can't do anything with this Syrian chemical attack and the expectation that the United States may have an imminent attack coming on Syria?
Well, everyone is waiting to see, the entire world, as well as people here at the United Nations, what will be the next step. Will we see the use of military force in Syria taken by the US, the UK, France, maybe other allies? And what will be the grave repercussions that the Russians has warned about yesterday if such a military act will take place? There's definitely a lot of confusion also, and there's not much that the Security Council can do at this point. The harsh rhetoric between the 2 sides, between the US and Russia and U.S. allies, is still ratcheting up from what we're hearing yesterday. So today we had some more statements. The UK ambassador said that Russia's credibility is in question now. Boris Johnson, the British foreign minister, said that Russia is holding the Syrian people to political ransom. And also Nikki Haley today repeated her harsh rhetoric against the Russians, saying that on this day, history will remember that Russia chose to protect a monster, David.
I-24